Yeah, we can start.
Hello. Yeah. Hi guys. Welcome to this session of RC discussions. So we've had almost 5 sessions before, and last week I was a little occupied, so couldn't take this up. Nevertheless, welcome back. And today we have a slightly difficult passage, but again very relevant with the times. So let's begin. Uh, yeah. So please go through this. This is the passage. Take a screenshot if you want, so that you can refer to it when we move on to the questions later. You should take roughly less than 10 minutes to read this. So please read this up. You can ping me in the chat if you're done reading it. You should take less than 2 to 3 minutes, I think more, to go through this. For those of you who are new, I always emphasize on this, that don't speak while you're reading a passage, because speaking or even mimicking the speaking activity slows you down. So try reading with your eyes, use a pencil or a pen to scroll through it, or you can just use your finger to scroll through it. Try and avoid speaking. Sayantika, yeah, I'll show the questions, but just that others who are reading this passage, they might not follow. So the questions will follow. Just wait for a couple of more minutes. Yeah, so Sayantika has raised a very valid point. So sometimes it's beneficial to just skim through the questions first and then go through the passage. But we'll try that on later. Right now, what I'm trying to do is build your reading habit. For that, I want you to read the passage and try to remember the salient points so that when you go through the questions, you know where to look back. So this is the aim of today's passage, that you try to remember the relevant points, and then when we'll go through the questions, try not to go back to the passage. try to answer it from your understanding. If needed, do take a screenshot, and you have to if you have to refer back, then refer to your screenshots. So should I start with the questions? Are you done with the reading? Yeah, only one yes, two yes. I need 6 to 7 yes more so that I can move on to the questions. All right. So I'm moving to the questions. Once we're done with the questions, I'll explain the relevance of this passage, which why we have chosen it for this week. This is kind of related to your GK as well. All right. So this is the first question. Please go through it, and you can write your answers in the chat. Okay, so Thomas is asking me techniques to improve reading skill. Some say write the summary of each paragraph or main idea. So Thomas, if you write that down, it will only slow you, because writing or even speaking is an activity which takes more time. And if you're summarizing it by writing it down, basically you're wasting a lot of time on it, because there'll be like 4 passages and nobody cares about the summary. It's about understanding the question and then answering them. So it might be possible that you summarize it correctly, but the question might just be like, where is this mentioned? Or they might ask the meaning of a certain word. So then your summary won't be of much use. So summary is something that you need to hold in your mind. And to improve your reading skill, I will suggest that you start reading. So I'll suggest some methods at the end of the 3 questions, how to improve your reading skills. Okay, so I have started getting the answers. Thomas, do remind me if I miss out. But yeah, let's discuss the questions first. So I've got one answer so far, waiting for others. Very few people are answering it. So is this question, I mean, does this question seem difficult to you guys? Okay, so I'll answer it. You are taking a lot of time, but yeah, do take a minute more. Okay, guys. So the correct answer, would anyone like to attempt it? Because many of you have got it wrong. Only one person has got it correct. So anybody wants to try this out? All right. So the correct answer is B. So it is a very confusing question, and the options are very close to each other. So even by elimination, I was able to eliminate 2 only. I was left with 3. and between the three, it has to be decided. So I'll tell you a trick how I was able to get to the correct answer. So let's read the question first. So the question says, if the claims made in the passage about American and foreign labor unions are correct, how would the unions be expected to react during a strike against the corporation? So now this is comparing the American and foreign labor unions. And in the passage, we've seen that there is a particular passage which lists out the differences. So if I were to go back, this would be the one. Just a second. Yeah, although American labor movements is similar to others in many respects, it differs from those of other stable democracies in ideology, class solidarity, tactics, organizational structure, and patterns of leadership behavior. So it has spoken about the differences, and then it talks about the American Union, that they are more conservative, they are more narrowly self-interested, their tactics are more militant, they are more decentralized in their collective bargaining, and they have more full-time salaried officials. Yeah, someone wants to say something? Okay, so as can be seen here, let's go to the options. So option A says American labor unions would be less likely than foreign unions to use violence against a corporation. So now here it clearly says that they are more militant. So militant means they are more likely to be violent, which is said in the option B. So option B seems plausible right now, that American labor unions would be more likely than foreign unions to use violence against a corporation. Now let's go through C, D, and E. C says American labor unions would be less likely than foreign unions to bargain with a corporation. So this also seems to be correct, because American unions are more passive and foreign unions are more active. So I will keep C on hold. So if I keep C on hold, then D is automatically eliminated. So it says American labor unions would be more likely to bargain with the corporation. So D gets eliminated. Now option E says American labor unions would be more likely than foreign unions to agree to the proposals of a corporation. Now this also seems to be correct, because this is very similar to option C, which says that they are less likely to bargain. Thus, they are more likely to agree to the proposals of corporation. So what I did was that if C stands to be true, then E automatically becomes true. Now two options cannot be correct. Hence, I eliminated C and E and marked B. The other thing that has been explained in the passages in the answer sheet is that answer key is that the bargaining thing or the agreeing of a proposal has nowhere been mentioned in the passage. It does talk about that they are conservative, they are narrowly self-interested, and they have full-time officials. They are decentralized in their collective bargaining, but it doesn't mean that they would bargain more or less. So it seems to us that they would uh, less likely than foreign unions to bargain. But the option B, which says that they're more likely to be violent, is correct, because that has been explicitly mentioned that their tactics are more militant. So the correct option is B. Is that clear to everyone? We've used two ways to arrive at B. Okay, so Anthony, I did not get your question. What is your question, if you can? Okay, so why can't C be the
So,
answer?
I mean,
Go on, go on.
yeah, I mean, in the passage it's saying that more decentralized in their collective bargaining, right? So
Ha,
that's why I
ha.
marked C, because uh, foreign unions to bargain with a corporation, right? So they're using comparative terms like would be less likely or more likely.
Correct, correct.
So there is nothing very certain that they are said. So which is kind of on the same lines of what they are saying in the passage. They are more
No,
or less, something
I'll
like that.
explain. Yeah, I'll explain why. See, option B says that, so the here it says their tactics are more militant. I mean, in whatever they do, it is more violent than their foreign counterparts. Hence, we have kept option B on hold. Now, option C says American labor unions would be less likely than foreign unions to bargain. Now, this point, more decentralized in their collective bargaining, it says that when they go out to bargain, they are decentralized. That means there is not one party which will sit on the table and bargain. There will be different power centers who will come into picture, or there will be different people who will be bargaining. So that means that the bargaining is spread across, but this doesn't talk about it will be less likely to accept the terms or more likely to accept the terms. That has not been explicitly said here. Hence, I did not go with option C or option E. The other point that I made was that option C is the same as option E. Hence, I couldn't mark two options. Hence, I stuck with B.
Yeah, I mean the logic which you said made more sense to me, but the second part, the explanation that you gave for the decentralized thing, decentralized in the collective bargaining. I had a little bit of doubt, but now when I'm reading it, collective bargaining is what we should focus on.
Yeah. So the bargaining is the power centers are decentralized. Hence, they might or they might not bargain. I am not sure about it. Versus the foreign one, especially. So that has not been compared apple to apple. It doesn't talk about the bargaining of the foreign. It doesn't talk about the bargaining ways. Or no, it does talk about the bargaining ways, but acceptance or de-acceptance, it doesn't talk about that. It just says that the bargaining, when they do, it's decentralized. That means there are many people involved in the American labor movement versus in foreign. It's just one person who's been elected and he or she goes to bargain. This has been said in the next line also, that they have more full-time salaried officials who on the whole are much more highly paid. That means they have many people who are much highly paid, hence they are not very interested. But it could be that they are bargaining, they take time maybe, or they do not take time. I am not sure about this. Hence, I couldn't go with option C or option B.
Got it.
Okay, so moving on to question number 2. Again, please write your answers in the chat. Okay, I've started getting the answers, and the answers so far that I've got all are correct. So second and third questions are relatively easy, so it shouldn't be much of a problem. Okay, so I'll give out the answer. The correct answer is option number D. Now let's go through it. Yeah. So it says, if a critic of the author's viewpoint brought up examples as a rebuttal to the passage, the existence of which of the following phenomena would most strongly challenge the information in the passage? Okay, so now let's understand the question. That if a critic of the author's viewpoint, critic means someone who is vocally against, or he's criticizing the passage viewpoint. So someone who's going opposite of the author's viewpoint brought up examples as a rebuttal to the passage. So I just explained what a critic does. The existence of which of the following phenomena would most strongly challenge the information in the passage. So it means that if the following phenomena, 5 phenomena are listed, any of this, if true, would challenge the author's viewpoint. So we need to go with the option which goes against what is being said in the passage. So the passage speaks about American labor unions and how they are decentralized and how they're not very good at bargaining, and how they're not, it focuses on individuals rather than on unions. So which of these points goes against this? Just a second. Yeah. So the first option says, option A, it says American union leaders who are highly paid to negotiate on behalf of workers. Now this is actually for, it does, the author does speak about this in the passage where he says that there are union leaders who are paid, but they do not negotiate. So this is what is being supported in the passage. So option A is not correct. Here we have this full-time salaried official who are on the whole much more paid. So option A is not the right answer. Option B says American labor organizations that avoid involvement in non-labor issues. So here we have, again in the passage, it talks about that American unions are conservative. They're more narrowly self-interested. That means they're not very interested in non-labor issues. So this actually supports the author. And C says American workers with a weak sense of group solidarity. So this is the actual theme of this entire passage, which says that in America, individualism is celebrated rather than groups or the social construct. Socialism is not that much supported. Hence, option C is actually in the author's favor. So option C is also not the correct option. Now, option D says American corporations that are more interested in helping people than in making a profit. Now, this passage speaks about corporations which believe in the philosophy of capitalism. That means making a profit, each individual for his or her own, and it believes in equality. So, if this was true, this would actually go against what the theme of the passage is. Hence, option D is correct. I wouldn't have gone to option E, but just for the sake of discussion, it says that the primary motive of American companies is to make profits. Again, we discussed this in the previous point only, that this is true, and hence in America, labor unions are not much preferred. So hence option D is correct. So any doubts on this? No doubts? All right. So let's move on to question number 3. So before I move on to question number 3, I want to ask, are you getting why this passage is relevant right in these days? So this is related to GK. And if you've been following US politics, US capitalism, you'll know why this is very relevant. Anybody? You can mention in the chat. No one? So guys, while you're preparing for CAT, I would ask you to read up on GK, read up newspapers, and be abreast with world news so that you do not face problems while you give your GD and PI. So I was expecting someone to tell me why this passage is relevant, but nonetheless, I'll explain it why after the third question. So here we go. Okay, so I'll wait for a couple of more responses and then I'll explain. I'll give out the correct answer and explain why that is correct. Okay, so the correct answer is option A, one only. I'd like to ask those who have written option C, why have you gone with option C?
Read question incorrectly.
What?
Actually, I read question incorrectly.
I knew this. I absolutely knew this because you have written exactly opposite. So guys, please ensure that you are reading the questions completely and not missing out on information in the question. So you might miss out some information in the passage. That's okay. You can go back and reread it. But in our hurry, what we do is we do not read the questions and we tend to mark the opposite. So actually those who have marked option C, you have in a way given out the right answer if the question was opposite. So you should have marked option A if you had read the question. So you are answering it correctly, but making a silly mistake and losing out on easy points. So please do read the question correctly. So the question says, based on the information given in the passage, which of the following is not true? Not true means which is false. What you have done is you have marked the options which are true. So you are in a way correct. So let's find out which of these are false. So first says American society emphasizes class solidarity over individual achievement. This is absolutely against what the theme of the passage is. Hence, it is not true. It is false. We will look for options which mention one. So only A and D mentions one. We have easily eliminated three options, which is B, C, and E. Now let's go to two. It says American unions are less interested in non-labor issues than unions in other democracies. So the previous question only has answered this. The second one is actually true, and American unions are definitely less interested in non-labor issues because they are narrowly self-interested, which had been said over here, that they're more narrowly self-interested. That is, they are interested only in labor issues and not interested in non-labor issues. So if I look at option D, it has given number 2 as the right answer. So option D gets eliminated. I'm left with option A only, which is one only. So I do not even have to read the third one. I have right away mentioned one. That is, first one is only correct. Let's read three also. It says American labor organizations and American religious institutions share some of the same values. Let's go back to the passage and see where American religious institutions are mentioned. It's in the last passage, and it says that a close examination of the character of the American labor movement suggests that it, like American religious institutions, may be perceived as reflecting the basic values of the larger societies. So this line says that the American labor movement is similar to the American religious institutions. Hence, this becomes true, the third Roman numeral, and 3 will not be false. Hence, D gets eliminated. We are left with A only. So anybody has any doubt? Those who have given the incorrect answer, you were actually correct. I will again emphasize that read the question, read it very carefully, and not had actually been in bold. So you should have read this. So I'm very angry because you did not read the question correctly. I hope you've learned from this and you will not make this silly mistakes and get these points. So this was a very easy question. Most of you got it correctly. In fact, I will say all of you got it correctly. So like I had said, this passage is relevant to current times because in USA, people are rallying against Walmart and Amazon, and Walmart and Amazon are known to crush labor unions. They do not allow unionization, and people have been protesting against their work ethics and the work conditions, where a certain Amazon worker said that they do not even have time to go to washrooms. The washrooms are just next to them. They have to quickly go in and come back. So this was talking about inhuman working conditions, and hence this has become very relevant right now. If you've not read about this, do read up, and this will help you in your GK, and it might be beneficial in your GD and PI. And with news, one of the news related to Amazon is that Jeff Bezos is flying to space. He's the richest guy on earth, some $195 billion. So how he's a complete capitalist. So this was the theme of this passage, that America thrives on capitalism. It also talks about capitalism versus socialism. So these kind of things will help you develop your opinions, develop a viewpoint on world politics, world economics. So be reading news, be reading any form of news that you can, be it paper form or digital form, so that you know what's going on in the world. All right. So yes, Anthony saying a guy from Amazon leaked a video. They destroyed all stuff, extra stuff in the godowns. Yeah, absolutely correct. They destroyed it because it was expensive to ship it back to the dealers, and it made sense to destroy it. So many people are urging Amazon that you should have donated it instead of destroying it. So that debate is also going on. Amazon as a company doesn't do much donation. Jeff Bezos is known not to be a philanthropist, while his wife, Mackenzie Bezos, is known to be a very big philanthropist. She donated a lot of her wealth, and that's criticism that Jeff Bezos faces against his labors, against his philanthropy. So do read up on it. It will help you a lot. And yeah, so Thomas, you had asked me that how to improve reading speed. So, buddy, just start reading newspaper. Start reading newspaper articles. You can start reading digital articles as well. So in Google News, you get a lot of prompts. You get a lot of headlines. Just click on any headline that you feel is of interest to you and read up the entire article. So that way you'll improve your speed. Definitely, trust me, I'm ready to give it to you in writing. You will improve your reading speed if you are reading regularly. And it doesn't matter whether you are reading Hindu or Hindustan Times or Times of India. First and foremost, we need to develop that reading habit. And I myself developed that by reading newspaper articles. I used to start with the sports section because that was of the most interest to me. You can start with even gossip, film headlines, or any actor, Daily Times, whatever. So these are good articles which have correct English. So just read through it. You'll slowly realize that you'll start skimming through the articles where you'll only be picking up the relevant points. Once you have developed the habit of reading, move on to more nuanced articles, especially the headlines which talk about world news, so that your GK also improves. Then move on to the city pages, the city news and the editorial, so that you get your opinions on different world articles, world news. So that is how you need to progress. It is July right now. If you haven't started, I would suggest it's high time you start developing that reading habit. Start with newspapers. You can move on to books and digital articles. Don't be on Instagram because Instagram mostly has 1 or 2 lines. It has memes that will be of no use to you. It's good as a time pass, but use Google News, use InShorts, use Economic Times. There are many news apps which provide you articles which you can just read through. I will prefer that you are reading on a screen rather than the newspaper, because newspaper is a good habit, but you need to prepare for CAT, which is in the digital format. So start reading on your news on your mobile screens or your laptops. So Thomas, please start reading. That is the only way to improve your reading. So someone is asking me, is reading self-help books? Absolutely. Anything you're reading, it will only help you practice improving your speed. But you shouldn't only restrict yourself to one genre. If you're reading self-help books, good. But once you've improved your reading speed, start reading a variety of articles. Don't just limit yourself to one specific domain, because you do not know what might come up in CAT. And don't read with the purpose of keeping solving RC passages on CAT. Read with the viewpoint, read with the objective of expanding your viewpoint, of expanding your horizon, of expanding your knowledge. Only then will you start enjoying reading and it won't seem like a task. So as long as you have CAT in your mind and that's why you're reading, it will always be a task for you. That should not be the purpose. So after MBA, you'll have to read a lot of contracts. You'll have to do a lot of research on different topics. So you cannot just restrict yourself to one. So you can read up on philosophy, you can read up on spiritualism, you can read up sports, you can read up world news, politics, whatever works for you. Start with that, but then definitely take up other topics as well. So someone is asking me specific source for world politics and economics. Yes, absolutely. There are books on world politics. There are books on economics. You can pick them up. But again, newspapers, one-stop shop for everything. So Times of India is more of an ad catalog. So you can read Indian Express if you want. I find that you have more content, and you can start with Hindu also. So these two I would suggest. But once you are done with these or you have developed the habit, one book that I got a suggestion was about some world maps, geography, 10 maps that change the world. So you can pick that up. There are different books on world economics and geopolitics as well. So I'll start posting them on the Facebook group. So that should be helpful. All right. So guys, I think we are done for today. Anybody has any doubts or any queries, you can ask me. There are some information that I want to share. Just a second. Yeah, so batch 3 for CAT preparation is starting from tomorrow. You can ping Shubham directly to inquire. And he's taking an orientation session today at 8:30 p.m. on YouTube. And he'll be addressing all the queries that you have for the last 4 months. So you can join the YouTube session, get your doubts solved, and you can inquire about the batch 3. So that is it from my side, guys. Thank you so much for joining. If you have any doubts, you can I'll wait for a couple of more minutes. Otherwise, we are done. Okay, cool. No doubts. All right. Thank you. Thank you.